What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So yeah, I'm deciding that I'm going to go live here, and I'm also going to go live on TikTok, which I've never done. So that should be fun. I think I got 20, or no, I got 20,000 followers over there. It's about 2.8K on right now, apparently. Let me just set everything up here for this stream. Make sure everything's good as we start to go through the day. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Summer. How's everybody doing? Make sure you hit that like button if you can. I've really gotten into creating NFTs, so this is going to be really interesting today. I'm starting to create a lot more. Should be fun. How am I doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Hi from Germany. Hello. Hello, Chloe. Yeah, I'm going to go live on TikTok too, because I think that this is pretty interesting to be able to do this. So I've never done it before. So I can tell you it does look pretty interesting, but yeah, so if you want to watch me over there, you can definitely watch me over there. Good morning. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Hopefully it's a good day. It doesn't really like we're seeing too much movement in the actual stock market. We're seeing a lot of movement. We're seeing some movement down. I'm not really seeing any positive movement, which is understandable. I mean, Fridays tend to go pretty south for the most case. So we look at this, we're at $26 for Rocket. GME is at $132, which is pretty good. Or sorry, 131, but it closed at 132, which is really good. AMC sitting at basically $8. Hopefully we can push up to that $9 mark. That'll be amazing. But right now we're sitting at $8. So hopefully we get some good action. I wish that you could see it on TikTok, but you can't see it. I wish there was some way of like showing my screen. Maybe next time, like I'll show it from like behind so you can see what screen I'm looking at. But there's a lot of good things happening with the stock market. You got 18 likes. Make sure you hit that like button if you can. That does help out the YouTube channel as well. On TikTok, if you want to see more information, I am streaming on YouTube. So that's that. There's no momentum at all. Yeah, you're right. There is no momentum. The stock market is not really moving a ton. Dude, the image you are so clean. On YouTube or on TikTok? I think it looks actually better over there. I don't know why. Maybe usually it looks a little bit better over here. Are you talking about on YouTube? What happened with 720p? I leveled up. Leveled up, man. I leveled up. Look good, YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. We got 79 people or 83 people in here now. Could you hit that like button? We got 32 likes. But yeah, we're going to get into this. I've actually gotten, like I said, really into creating NFTs lately. And I've been, I can't wait to show you guys what I'm going to have because there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. I'm mainly going to use Emmy for the NFTs. So if you're familiar with my dog, I'm going to use her. And yeah, I think it's going to be good. So what the NFTs are going to do, what are your predictions for today, considering there's no volatility? I'm pretty sure that AMC and GME and Cost and Rocket, all the ones that really have those high short floats, right? Those are pretty much going to stay the same. I think they're going to float around that maybe 130 mark for GME. It doesn't look like we have too much movement. It doesn't look like we have too much negative movement or positive movement when it comes to the charts. So I can tell you that I don't believe it's going to move a crazy amount. But we could see some positivity if people aren't selling off, because even if it's not moving a crazy amount, we're still seeing a ton of positive movement with AMC, GME. We're seeing the reversal of any manipulation that they do have in place. So yeah, I think it's going to stay the same or probably increase a little bit. You can see that GME is sitting at a comfortable position, 130, which is way higher than what they were actually. You know, they were up 7% yesterday. And seeing that up 7% while the rest of the market was down, that's absolutely crazy. Good morning, Brad. I appreciate everybody that comes here every morning. You guys are amazing. No, they shall run today. I'm hoping. Yeah, so am I. I mean, so is so many other people. I mean, you would love to see all of these positions move, especially the ones that you're in. I would like to see Tesla keep pushing down below 600, because then whenever I do clear up some capital, then I can invest into it, because that's what I want to do, is have an actual swing trade or a little bit of a long-term investment to Tesla, because Tesla will be amazing to get into sub $600. I believe if you get into that, you can push that all the way up to $800 plus, and then be able to make a decent amount of money from it with a swing trade. So yeah, it's 2 p.m. in my country. Jeez, that's awesome though. Yesterday I was up so late. I was going to try and watch WandaVision, but I'm on the East Coast. So I had to wait until 3 in the morning apparently, because they do it at midnight on Pacific time. It's 14 p.m. here now. Oh, you go by a 24-hour clock? Your stream has made me cut my work by 2 hours lately. Wow. I don't know if that's good or bad. I appreciate the fact that you're watching it. Thank you so much. The fact that you're choosing to watch it over working. I mean, I love to work, and you see how I take work. Anytime I get any emails or calls, I take those messages and respond to them. Morning, Matt. What do you think of MRO? Remember, TikTok, if you want to see this, I'm actually streaming on YouTube, and I have all the detail here to look at the chart, my Webull chart, and AMC and GME, if you're interested in that. Just look me up, Matthew Perry. It should be in my bio as well. This looks like it pays a very small dividend. Oh, the dividend yield is, yeah, a very small dividend. I don't really like ones that pay a smaller dividend. I mean, there are so many better dividend options that are out there, because then what this shows, if it pays a lower dividend, is that you're looking for more of the gain in the position. You're looking for a gain in the stock. So you're holding it long term to gain that dividend, which is a low dividend, while you have the opportunity cost of gaining a higher dividend from another position that may be the same price. So I feel like there are better dividend options out there, but if you want something that is going to be a fast grower, let's look at the 10,000 foot view here. 10,000 foot view shows that it is steadily increasing from that $6 mark. The last couple of or last month or so, it has been steadily increasing, which is a good deal if you want to gain some sort of income out of here. The problem is that at this point, it's at its high point. It would be chasing the stock. Chasing the stock is never good, in my opinion, but the higher the stock goes, you want it to pull back a little bit. All of these pullbacks, any small pullback that you see here, you want to get in on that pullback and then ride it on the way up. Maybe it'll come back to like $11 and you can ride it up to 13 or something like that. You are worth it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Remember, if you want to see any of the other information here, so Webull and what I'm actually looking at, I'm over on YouTube. You can check that out. Also, you can ask me any questions you want to ask me. I'll make sure to look at it. The text is very small over here, though. And people on YouTube know how I deal with small text. Hello. Was it YT? I can't see that. Something 93. I cannot see it. But hello. How you doing? So buy low if you can. Yes, with this position, I can definitely say buy low if you can, because it looks like it is pushing up. Look how much it's pushed up over the last couple of days, right? It looks like more of a steep increase, and you want to see that decrease. You want to see that come back, because you don't want to get caught on the way up. Never. Good morning. What's your input on CTRM and CCIV? I wanted to get into CCIV. I'll tell you that. Looking at this, I really wanted to get into CCIV. Actually, I have it down here. Where is it at? Yeah, I wanted to get into CCIV, and my goal was to get into it sub $25. The problem is it looks like it continues to go lower and lower. It's not something that's holding up at these prices, which I thought that it would recover and be a pretty decent stock, but people just keep on selling it. And I'm pretty sure it's not heavily shorted, right? But people are just continuing to sell it. We want to see that 200 EMA cross underneath the 200 or the 15 moving average, just to be able to see that upward trend, that upward trajectory, but we're not seeing that. Over the last couple of days, we've seen it kind of level out, stay at that, $24 mark, and now it even went down to 21, but now it's hovering around 23.70, and I just hope we see some positivity there and have that push up from that basically 200 EMA mark to actually cross back underneath. We need that just to indicate an uptrend. I want to see some sort of signs of an uptrend, but we're not seeing that. So CCIV is something that I'll still keep an eye out on to see if we can hit the ultimate bottom or the true bottom, and then we can see that price increase as we go. Who's Dixie wrecked? I don't. Ha! Oh, that's funny. I love those. Like Dixie enormous or. That's funny. You got me. That's funny. See, I mean, those names are funny. I like the name Dick Fitzwell. Oh man, that's funny. That's hilarious. Oh man. Matt, that is a personal question. That's so funny. Oh man. I gotta watch that back. I gotta take that out of I wish I could take that out of YouTube. I can't save like lives here. I'd make that I'd make that like an NFT as well. That would be funny. Good info, grab the knowledge. Let's see. Too early. That's so funny. I don't care. You got me, but that is hilarious. If you don't know me, I love those type of names. Erica and I say those all the time. Like she'll say things like she'll say I'm more PG, I guess, lukewarm. Like she likes the name lukewarm. I doubt that one will trip any keyword algorithms. What do you think about long-term or swing? Long-term or swing trade. So we can see that this has a lot of volatility on the way up. I see with seeing a lot of this positivity on the way up, it bothers me because yes, it passes by this new high, which makes me think that it needs to come back in order to get some sort of day trade for it or swing trade for it. But as I look at some of this information, it does look like it has a huge opportunity if it gets to like its lows. I don't know what the last couple of months look like here. But you can see that we did have a huge increase from basically that dollar mark and started to work its way up. Now it does look like something that could be a pretty good gainer, and did actually hit pretty high points and come back and recover pretty well. That's what I like to see, is those recoveries. So I'm not going to look at that. Don't start trolling now. But yeah, I like seeing the comeback here. So you're going to see where it hit this high and hit that high point a couple of times, actually had a couple of touch points, and then ended up recovering down here, which if you do see that large increase, typically you're going to see a large decrease and it sells off. Well, it didn't sell off. You've seen a recovery. It brought it up to about $3.63. Right now sitting at $3.62, but I think at this point you really need to wait for a recovery. You have a lot of sell orders that are coming in, and any of these sell orders could be a way to push it down. And I think we need some sort of leverage to be able to gain something, because anytime I see a stock go up this high, yes, it still has a possible chance to continue to rise, but it's something that you probably need to wait for any type of low point. I hate seeing stocks increase and then you chasing it. I've chased stocks multiple times, but it never works out if they're moving at this rate. Increasing at this rate, it may end up resisting at certain points, which it does look like it has a sell-off point at $3.79 and $4.95, but that's very high. What's my opinion on NAKD? Naked Brand, I think I have that down here. Recently viewed. Nope. Not slow growers. Yeah, so on TikTok, if you're watching on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. So if you want to look me up, my link is in the bio in my description or whatever it is. So you'll be able to see a little bit more detail. Right now, Naked just doesn't look good. I mean, it did flatten out and did have a little bit of a recovery, which I thought would have been, I don't know, sort of like a cup and handle. But I didn't see that. We did see this W formation happen here with descending touch points. I thought that we were going to see an increase after that W formation if you look at the 10,000 foot view, but it does not look like it's doing that. It looks like it's pushing up and then finding a way to push back or pull back down, and it's doing that multiple times as it's descending. So it's not something that I would look at as an opportunity right now. We need to figure out where the absolute low is, and if we look at before when all of this happened, that would be somewhere around that 20-cent mark, and 20-cent mark is probably not the best. That's basically a penny stock. Penny stocks are just not reliable, for me at least. But you can see the movement of Naked Brand. It's not something that I would want to get into. I did have interest as it was going up, but I wanted to see a pullback and see where it recovers from to be able to get in, and it did recover from here, but it just didn't look like it was going to hold up, and plus it was towards the end of the day, so I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, it was something that I don't want to get into. But the overall stock market right now is down. It looks like it's going to be a red day. Rocket does look like it's moving up. That's pretty much the only one that I'm seeing that's increasing. OCGN is moving up. That's up to $9.25. GME is sitting at that 132 mark, which is definitely a good place to sit. Most people don't like the fact that I said you can day trade GME, so I guess I should stop saying it. Literally the most, I think, disliked video that I've seen. Hello, CTRMs Tangos. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Remember, if you want to see all the detail here, I'm on YouTube. So go over to my YouTube channel and you'll see all the detail. But I just wanted to let you guys know. Yeah, GME and Rocket today. GME and Rocket are definitely moving differently than the rest of the market. Again, I want to see Tesla continue at these low price targets. I would love to see them push down below 600, maybe 550, get to a low point so that I can invest, not just like long term, but like longer term for me. So somewhere around that maybe 1 month mark, 2 month mark, something like that. I'm wondering what the your stream looks super good on my TV now. I can see all the I also got Aziz's book in the mail. One I bought from the store at Amazon. Oh, did you start reading yet? I mean, like literally the first chapter is pretty great. I mean, it starts breaking down things that in really good detail. That it's just really good. What about index? Like index funds? My index funds are not doing that well. I mean, they're doing okay, but they're not doing that great. No increases there. Actually, I haven't checked my Harper and Hayden's 529 account or my Roth IRA, how that's holding up. Why is GameStop a game changer? Why is GameStop a game changer? Well, one, obviously it's testing the overall market. So it's literally the first point to where you've seen us come after the hedge funds and understand that we have leverage here, and anytime they short a position, now they're in trouble. You know, if they short anything and we see it's highly shorted, we are going to go after it, and you're seeing that in most cases. I'm digging the orange band. What? I don't know what pun is there, but thank you. I ended up putting on some bright orange shoes today, so you can't really see those, but yeah, figured it would fit well. And it's more of a it still is more of a casual band, but still has that silicone band to it. It is a Fossil watch, yes. The GME isn't the biggest wealth transfer. I get it. No, I don't get it. What is going on with cannabis stocks? Yeah, I want to look at cannabis stocks because I know that cannabis stocks were something that I was interested in. Overall, the market is down. So don't take this as just cannabis stocks taking a hit. The thing you want to take from it is that things are taking larger hits. And, you know, obviously 10% is a huge hit for Tilray. Also 6% for CGC, 6% for ACB. 8%, 6%, 10%. So you're seeing quite a hit for cannabis stocks, but just know that it's mainly because the market is down. Yes, they were doing pump and dumps with a lot of these cannabis stocks, but I believe it still has the potential to continue to increase. If the market wasn't down, you would see it follow this trend line and slowly have that increase. But the problem is you have a lot of variables. So whether you think it's going to continue on a trend line or not, it's the problem of whether the market is going to be down or not. Oh, come on, Matt, help me out here. You dig fossils. So, okay, it's a fossil watch. I got you. Now I got you. I just didn't put two and two together. I was putting a bunch of, well, technically, like 3 and 3 together. GME going to go back down to 110. I would like to see it as an investment point to get back down to under 100, but a lot of people would like to see it continue to grow, the people that are holding on to it. So obviously I'm for growth. I want everybody to have their growth, but I want to be able to invest into those things too. I was watching you. Oh, you almost got me. You almost got me. Almost got me. Very close. Oh, Steve P, you almost got me there. But that's a good one. Hugh Janice. The naked has reached its bottom and will loosen up nicely for a run before it gets plowed again. Oh, I hit this. That's funny. You almost got me there. Guys are funny. Did you close your positions from yesterday? For Rocket or Zom? Because I didn't close any positions. I'm holding on to these positions. I wanted these as more. I wanted to do more swing trading because I've always been used to doing day trading. And day trading, sometimes you make, you'll make that $100, but a lot of times with swing trading, you have more of a chance to make, thousands of dollars or Mike Literus. That's a good one too. But yes, a lot of times with swing trading, you have a lot more of a chance to make more money. Even though right now with the market being down, you're losing more money by holding on to it. So technically, day trading would have been the option in order to, hold on to it and or not hold on to it. Use your stop loss and then be able to get out and then get back in at these low prices. CCIV needs to hit $50. It's tough. I would love to see it do that, but I don't have any indications of an uptrend there. Options on not being SSR. A lot of things will be on the SSR list. The thing about it is the SSR list for our situation doesn't really matter. And it kind of sucks to say, and I know it hurts, but it doesn't really matter because what they're doing in order to bring the stock price down is to short the position. If they're going to short the position, it doesn't matter if they're going to do it on the uptrend or downtrend because they don't care about making money on the stock right from the start. They only care about bringing the stock down. So anytime that we're going to see those green ticks, they're going to bring the stock down with a bunch of shorts. What do I think the overall market today? It looks like it's going to be down. It might do exactly what it did yesterday. So yesterday, if you didn't notice, everything was running in the beginning. Everything had an increase here, but it ended up falling very quick. And then it ended up recovering as well, like really quick. So yeah, are you a scalper? Can you make money that way? Yes, you can make money that way. I wouldn't call it a scalper. That's a little weird of a term. It's a day trader. If you are a day trader, you can make money that way. And I guess scalping would be literally taking one stock and finding when the uptrends will be, getting in there, taking little bits and pieces. I'm not a person that really likes taking little bits and pieces. Like I'm not going to look for a 20-cent gain. I look for a 20-cent loss, but I'll also look for a like $1 gain on 100 shares to gain $100. So if you want to call that scalping, you can call that scalping, but I call it day trading. It's very simple. Most of the time I will do that, but recently I've been doing a lot of swing trades that really haven't been going my way with these down markets or, hedge funds kind of taking advantage of us. But yeah, I think AMC is still sitting at a $10 to $15 stock. That's where it should be. Love your live session every day in the morning. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. AMC is still a big target for a lot of people. I think you can get a lot of value out of holding AMC because AMC can push up to that $10 to $15 mark. GME is showing that it can be valuable at a certain point. Right now, you just have a lot of people holding it, so it can stay at that value. The thing about different squeezes is that this squeeze is fueled by people. We've never had this happen to where we have a number of people going after hedge funds where they don't have the upper hand. Yes, they can control the market, but they can control the market to a point. Like we can man together and basically say we're taking all of these positions and we're holding on to those positions. No matter what, the stock market is, or this stock is not going to go down. The stock is not going to go to where you want it to go, which we never had happen. So people are trying to compare it to a different squeeze when different squeezes were fueled by, corporations. Looking at Volkswagen and Porsche, you're going to see that fueled by corporations. Versus us, to where we hold on to it for a long time. So the more that you hold, the longer the stock price stays at a certain value. So it's basically valuable by the fact that we have supply and demand, and we're showing that supply and demand is different here than it was in the Volkswagen situation. What do you think of VW with the electric cars? I'm starting to become a fan of Tesla. believe it or not. And I made a video on it and say why I didn't like Tesla, but they've made a lot of changes with their cars, understanding that they want to make it a little more affordable, but then again, also give people that higher price point. I'm starting to become a fan of Tesla. I don't have any Tesla. I don't have a Tesla car yet. I would probably wait until Harper and Hayden get a little bit older. I like SUVs. I know they do have something that's close to an SUV. And also the Tesla truck looks pretty weird and interesting at the same time. What app can I paper trade shares? You can actually do that on Webull. They have a paper trading platform over here. So if you wanted to paper trade anything, you can set things up the way you want to set it up and go about your day. But I would do it there. I believe there are other apps. I've seen free apps in the past to where it's like Investopedia has one, but I don't think it's as up to date. You want something that's up to date. Yeah, the Model Y looks pretty cool. I was interested in that. Why did AMC shares fall off a cliff in 2017? I didn't look at them in 2017. But if it did, it recovered last, did I do 5 years? I need the max. What? Were they even publicly traded in 2017? Oh, that was a month. Were they even publicly traded in 2017? When did their IPO happen? Was that in, that wasn't in 2018. That seems like yesterday. Is RKT a long-term play? This is where it gets to be a little bit tough. You start to see all the positivity in these plays and any manipulation that it does have. Yes, it could be a long-term play. A lot of people do believe in Rocket Mortgage, saying that Rocket Mortgage could be a really good company. Hello, thank you for joining. But yeah, a lot of people think that Rocket Mortgage could be a really great company. If you want to see what I'm looking at, I'm over on YouTube and I have a lot of, I have a Webull chart up to where I'm looking at different things. So let's see, Rocket. So a lot of people think it's going to be, this is a valuable company from the IPO, which was not too long ago, right? The IPO basically opened at that $18 mark, went all the way up to a high of $29, dropped down to $17, and then closed at this $19 mark. So it basically said that Rocket Mortgage is a $20 company, but without a bunch of history, it doesn't make sense to give it that $20 value. People want to hold on to this, but there's a bunch of people like in hedge funds that don't believe in it. People like me, I believe in it. Some people have held on to it from when it was $19. That's amazing. As of right now, you're gaining a significant amount of money, but it can be a higher valued stock. I mean, they pretty much take over the industry, right? I believe that they could be, way higher, but people just don't believe in the company for some reason. So my opinion is, yes, it could be a longer term play. If you wanted to hold on to a number of positions for a long period of time, maybe even not even that many positions. You can hold on to like 50 shares or less than that for, I don't know, a year or so, 2 years, and see what's going on. Maybe even 5 years. You can hold on to it for a very long time. We have 500 people in here. If you could hit that like button, please do that. Get this up to 200 likes. That would be amazing. Your thoughts on tech and RKT? On the tech industry? The tech industry, I mean, obviously is the future. I mean, it just pretty much runs the stock market at this point. So that would be my opinion on tech. It's definitely where we stand. Liked my dude. Thank you for liking. I appreciate that a lot. So overall, if I look at a monthly increase of this, I mean, you're going to see that large increase over a number of months. I don't even know where we're standing here. 4:30, so April 30th. Hi King, thank you for joining. I appreciate you stopping by. If you're interested in the charts that I'm looking at, I'm over on YouTube and I have that set up there. But maybe in the future I'll do something else to where you can see what charts I'm looking at. But right now it's just not a great setup. All you can see is me, which is not a bad site. So yeah, let's look at this. So from a monthly standpoint, you can see that this is increasing. It's starting to get to a peak to where it is, you know, steadily decreasing over the last couple of months. So let's look at exactly what, you know, the closer view looks like here. You can see that once it did hit a certain point, let's go back a little bit more, for like 1 month. You can see after it did hit a certain point, it started to really decrease, and you don't really know where that true bottom is. Yes, you do get some days to where it does increase from 120 to you know, 130 or 140, which is a good deal. You can get a pretty decent swing out of that if you wanted to. But the thing is ultimately, as you start to hold on to it for a couple of more days, it starts to go down more. So we don't know where that true bottom is, and maybe this is the true bottom. We are seeing a little bit of an uptick here. And hopefully we could see some good positivity there. It still looks like it's down in the pre-market, but from where it was, 114 up to 118 is still a good move, you know. But yeah, make sure everybody hits that like button. That's how you get more people in this live stream. Also, like I said, I'm creating some NFTs. It should be fun. They're all going to be NFTs of EMI, and I think it's going to be something to where if people want to become like stakeholders in my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to have these like Zoom calls. I think Zoom calls will be a great deal there. Be able to have those one-on-one, or technically one on like 10 or 20 or however many people we have holding these NFTs. And we could talk about different stocks, give your suggestions. What do you think would be a great, just regular video to do? All different types of things. It should be really fun to do that. So yeah, this is my first time live on TikTok. You can't really see what I'm doing over here. I'm over on YouTube. I'm basically going through the stock market in the Webull platform. If you guys want to get free stocks with Webull, link is in the description of this video, and also in my bio you can see a link for Webull where you can get free stocks. Sign up for that platform, and then you can look through the stock market just like that. I think it's a great platform, so definitely check it out. How are you feeling this morning? Physically, I'm feeling great, but when it comes to the stock market and different increases that we should be seeing, I'm not feeling great. Fridays tend to be down, so I understand. What do you think about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? I'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, I think the stock market should be up today, but typically you see Fridays that are down, so it's tough. What do I think about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Now, I'm not really a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency fan, but I can tell you that the way that it's growing, if you see me on YouTube, I'm actually can look at Bitcoin here and look at what they're doing. It's crazy to the lengths that they've grown. I'm starting to get into it. I'm starting to get into NFTs. I'm starting to get into Bitcoin. I don't even know how to say it. Ethereum, is that how you say it? I'm getting into that. I bought some of that. I'm starting to, I don't know if you've seen crypto.com. I think that's it. Yeah, the app where you have the new cards, basically to where you can get like up to like 8% cash back that goes into like it's pretty cool. So I'm definitely getting into that. I'm reading up on that, and I want to make a video on my YouTube channel about that. But I think it's definitely a growth area. A lot of people are getting into it, and the fact that like Logan Paul can make $5 million from selling 3,000 NFTs. I'm not saying that I would like to. Obviously, I would like to make $5 million, but I'm not saying that I would sell my NFTs for $5 million. I just want to create some NFTs that are out there, and hopefully it's going to be pretty good. But my thoughts for crypto and Bitcoin is that, I mean, it definitely is showing that it is the future of currency. So the problem is that we have a lot of people that are out there that go on my YouTube channel and spamming, hey, I can make you a bunch of money in Bitcoin and this and that, and I don't like that. But yeah, that's where my thought is for a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. What is an NFT? It's a non-fungible token. Basically, you're creating these digital arts to where people will purchase them, and then you can sell them back and forth just like you're trading a stock. And the thing is like they have what's it called, NBA Top Shots that that's the first thing that I've seen just to get interested in it. And it didn't really make sense to me because NFTs, like the way you have those NBA Top Shots, it would be a video of like LeBron dunking. And LeBron dunking, you can technically get that video anywhere you want. But I don't know the detail of why that's so important and why it costs $35,000 for you to buy that NFT. But it does look very interesting, right? Because people are getting into it and know that it's one of a kind. It can't be, it's not fungible. So it can't be duplicated. So I think that that's definitely kind of all of these things. When I see crypto and I see Bitcoin and I see NFTs and all these different cryptocurrencies, it's definitely the future. It's showing that it's the future. Yang 2024. Boy, I hope so. I hope he's part of the, he actually turned down part of the administration, part of the Biden administration, which he could have implemented UBI. And I thought that UBI was a great plan. We have 582 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 250 likes. That'll be amazing. If you're not familiar with what's going on here, I'm talking about the stock market, going over things in Webull. I'm on YouTube, so if you want to check out my YouTube channel, the link will be, in my page. And also, if you want to get free stocks with Webull, link will be in the bio and in the description for YouTube. Your thoughts on OCGN? OCGN is tricky. I said that I wanted to get into it, but obviously the overall market is down and you don't want to get into really anything as the overall market is down. You want it to hit its low point and then you can get into it. But we don't know if this is the low point because Fridays tend to be down. And that's where I was like, okay, I'm not investing into this now. But you can see that in the pre-market, it's actually making some moves from that $8 mark up to $9.25. So making a pretty decent move here. I can say that OCGN definitely has potential, but the problem is we have to wait for this dip because we had a huge increase. I mean, a huge increase, literally over basically an hour. We can see this increase from $9 to $14. And seeing that obviously intrigues anybody. But with that increase, I knew a decrease was coming. Just because you see those rapid increases, you're going to see a rapid decrease. People want to sell off. They want to recognize their profits and go from there. So, yeah. What are NFTs? They're non-fungible tokens. Like I said, I'm going to be showing what I'm creating. Actually, let me go to one of the websites here in my history. While I'm looking this up, make sure you hit that like button. That'll be amazing. But yeah, I'm starting to create some. Let's see if this can pop up. This is going to be one of my, this is going to be good. This is going to be one of my non-fungible tokens here. So I think this is going to be good to create that. So if you wanted to purchase one of those, the problem for TikTok, you're not going to be able to see it. But yeah, that's going to be one of them. That's going to be like level 3 when it comes to my non-fungible tokens. It's an NFT of me on the toilet. The crazy thing is you can get NFT of anything. There's a channel that's going to make NFTs for like every video that they create on YouTube. I'm starting in options trading. It seems like a good investment. Thoughts? I'm not really an options person. Yes, I do see the potential in options, 100%. See, crypto and options, I'm not really a fan of. Typically, I would do day trading and swing trading, some long-term investing. But when it comes to options, I can tell you that, wait, give me a second. Let me hold off on this. But when it comes to options, I can tell you that it can be very risky. With options, you can lose all of your investment very quick versus like trading in stocks. Typically, you're going to lose like 50%. If you're going to lose something high, it's going to be 50% or like 60 or 70% or whatever. But it's not 100% that you will lose all of it. It's not going to go to bankruptcy. You're not going to see that. Even with penny stocks, you can see it lose 50% in a second, but you can also see it gain 50% in a second or 100% in a second. So that's where it's like, okay, what do I like better? Do I like losing all of my money? Do I have a potential chance of losing all my money? Or do I like the fact that I only have a chance of losing a certain portion of my money? So that's where I get into stocks. But yes, options definitely do have some great upside. I see a lot of people that get into options. I would like to read up on it a little bit more before I speak on it. So people that ask me about options, I don't tell them that it's a horrible decision. I just always tell them the risks that are involved, but then also would like to know more about the positives, because I hear it is an upside. I look at it as more of like, and this is a horrible term, but gambling, because you're trying to predict the future, really. Where's the stock price going to be in the future? And a lot of times with these stocks that we're looking at, with like Gamestop, AMC, Rocket, or whatever we're looking at, it's not something that we can truly predict, especially since it is being manipulated by, hedge funds. But yeah, I think options can be a great investment if you know what you're doing. Like I said, I'll get into it, but it's going to take some time for me. AMC to go up today, you think? I think it can go up today. If we continue to see the low volume, but we don't see a lot of selling power, then yeah, it can definitely go up. I can see it really pushing up, not like crazy, because obviously you need the volume for that. But Fridays tend to be down days, so I can't really say that I know for sure it's going to be an up day. You see that even GameStop is now starting to, creep down to that below 130 mark. So I think AMC could be a positive day, but I think that we're going to continue to see the strength of where AMC actually is, where we're holding. They're basically going to look at that $8 mark and say that it's just going to really hover between that maybe $8 and $8.50 mark. If we can push $9 today, that would be amazing. But yeah, Nick, I would expect a dip at 115. Yeah, it looks like if we are going to see, if you're talking about GME, thoughts on, where's Nick? Where is Nick? Hey man, can you predict the closest dip for GameStop? Please, I have 5K or more invested and I want to know the closest dip price today. So typically, if I looked at GME for the last couple of days, if I looked at GME for the last couple of days, I can tell you that the average movement is around 25. I guess it's actually lower than that, $17 to $25, right? So in between that range. And if we're going to say what the dip is going to be, I can tell you if it opens, wherever it opens, just expect that range to be a factor. So it could be the point to where it all goes to the negative, that $27, $25 goes to the negative. Then if it opens up at 125, know that the low is 100, could be 100. And that's a full possibility, but it also could be to the point to where you see it at that middle ground. This is where I like to really understand what the average movement is, because if you do understand what the average movement is, then you can really predict kind of where it's going to go. Most cases, it stayed around that $25 mark of movement between high and low, which is something I like to focus on as someone that's more of a day trader. It makes sense to understand what the high and low is, just so you can get to that low and sell at the high, Matthew Perry from Friends? No, I'm not from Friends. Absolutely not from Friends. I don't look like him. I don't think. Yeah, so GME and AMC have been pretty strong in this downward market. If we're seeing everything go down by, Tesla's dropping down by a crazy amount over the last couple of days, right? Or the last few days, I guess, weeks or so. You're seeing it from $800 all the way down to $600 is crazy. I like seeing it down there because then, I can invest at a lower point for something that's as valuable as Tesla. Which state are you in? Curious. Pennsylvania. We're almost at 250 likes. If you could hit that like button, we need 20 more likes to get to 250. That would be amazing. This is my first live stream on TikTok. So if you want to support me over there, if you have a TikTok, make sure you go over there and support me. Even though you can't see a lot of the detail that we're looking at here, you see me squint a lot. I can't see the text over there. The text is so small. I wish you can increase it. Maybe you can. Maybe I don't know about it. I'm new here. Glad to see so many good GME streamers holding GME. That's good. I like I said, I'm upset with the fact that I did sell GME when I sold it, because the overall thought was not to really swing trade, was more to day trade. Yes, I have 2 NFTs that are linked in my YouTube description, but those are video NFTs that I created for fun. I'm going to be creating 3 levels of EMI NFTs, and I think those are going to be more like stakeholder NFTs, and the ones that I have now will also be, but I think that these will be stakeholder NFTs that will be different levels. So obviously the higher the level you go, the more money it will cost, but we're probably going to have a bidding situation there, and it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I started creating some on Referral. That's the ones that I have now, and then I'm creating some more on a different site. I sold 2, man. I commented on your video. I'm crying. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but you just got to let it go. I mean, I look at it as a kind of a positive and a negative. You can see the negative with the fact that you missed your opportunity, but you also limited some losses. And the problem is that a lot of other people got into my head. So I don't really like to usually trade on emotion, but other people did get into my head where they were like, hey, what are you doing holding GME? You can make more money by taking that money and day trading it in your usual situation. And I was like, you know what? This person is right. They kept saying it. This person is right. So then I decided to let it go with the thought that in the next couple of weeks, I can make more money than what I would gain with GME. And then I ended up putting into another swing trade, which had the potential of making more money, but with the market down, it didn't really work out. So you see me holding just about 2,000 shares of AMC and holding 200 shares of Rocket. I think about 150 shares of ZOM. I'm not 100% sure exactly how many. Yeah, 150 shares of ZOM. I would like to buy more because I feel like Zomedica is something that is a really decent company, and it's definitely going to be a grower over the long period of time. So that's going to be something that I hold about $300 in there for a long time. It's going to be more of a swing trade, a longer term investment for me. You went against your gut. Yes, that's the thing. I mean, it was my decision ultimately, and I take 100% responsibility because I made the decision to let it go, even though it would have been a $12,000 gain or so. Looking at where it did grow to at $200, it would have been a huge gain. But I still look at it as a positive because I stuck to what I thought my new strategy would be. It does suck to see the market go down and then literally a couple of days end up skyrocketing after you were holding for a number of weeks. The thing is that I told myself I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't disciplined because the overall thought of GME was a day trade, and I turned it into a swing trade. You never turn a day trade into a swing trade. What are your thoughts on Ethereum? My thoughts on Ethereum, I'm starting to get into it because I'm starting to create these NFTs based with Ethereum. So I know that I'm starting to get into it, and I think that it is definitely moving. You could see the price move a lot, and what I'm holding, you could see the price fluctuate as it goes. But I really don't have any detailed thoughts on it because I haven't researched crypto too much. But I can tell you that it's definitely going to be a big mover. If NFTs are continuing to move, then obviously people are going to continue to buy into Ethereum, and that's literally like what I'm noticing is the first go-to for the crypto to fund your NFTs, really. Do you upload your content on any alt tech sites like Rumble or? No, I don't. I would love to be able to do a bunch of different things and upload on different areas. I just feel like sometimes, doing it in one area is good. I love TikTok, don't get me wrong, but obviously developing the stream, seeing that I have 600 people over here and 2 people over here is not something that I really like, but I do like making sure that the people that are watching me on TikTok know that I have a YouTube channel, that I'm going through these different stocks every single day, and seeing what would be good investments, what would be bad investments, and giving my opinion, because this is just my opinion. It's not financial advice by any means. So yeah, but the stock market, the stock market will open up, I guess soon. We literally have 45 minutes. It'll open up in 45 minutes. Let's see exactly what happens. Dogecoin, I'm a little skeptical about Dogecoin because, I mean, it had a crazy amount of growth, and Elon Musk pushed it just by saying one word. I believe he just said Doge. What do I think about YouTube censoring people? I've been talking about this with Erica for a while. There's definitely not a form of censoring people, but I think, I don't know if you want to call it shadow banning or whatever you want to call it, but people that have a certain amount of followers, like my subscribers, don't see a lot of my notifications. So some people have to search for me. And if you're not seeing my notifications, and I have 20% of my subscribers that get notified, it kind of makes no sense to me. So I don't know. It's good to drive your subscribers to one channel, but Google, why'd you put the capital GOO? Google seems to be progressively discriminating against independent creators. Yeah, I've been noticing that they're starting to cater towards, and I've been noticing that over a number of years. Before I started YouTube, I started YouTube in 2019, January 2019, and I grew to 100,000, 111,000 subscribers in basically 2 years. So I'm really happy with that. I applaud myself, give myself a pat on the back, right? I'm really happy with that. But I noticed that there's a lot of things that are wrong with this. They're starting to push like Jimmy Fallon, and they'll push Jimmy Kimmel, and they'll push all of these like celebrities as well, Will Smith, Brie Larson, Zac Efron. They'll push all of these celebrities more than they'll push like individual creators that the platform was made off of. So it's definitely tough to deal with. And I know this is not stock talk, but yeah. What play, in your opinion, is better long run, Tesla or AMC? I would say Tesla. Tesla will always, someone said it, Tesla will always recover. It's a no-brainer for the few years. Yeah, Tesla is huge. It has no offense to anybody that does like Tesla. I'm starting to like Tesla, but Tesla has a cult-like following. And the thing about this is, with a lot of people that are interested in this, there are people that hold this position no matter if it drops, 50%. They're like, it will come back because people believe in Tesla, just like they do with AMC. But AMC really only has the potential, yes, to double in price. So technically by percentage, you're going to gain a lot more to have that double in price, because it will get up to that point. It's definitely valued at more than it is now. But Tesla will always find a way to recover, basically gaining, easily $200. And I know percentage-wise, that's not a huge percentage. If you invest, $1,000 and you gain 20%, like that's obviously you can't just invest $1,000. You would have to do it 1,200 unless you had fractional shares. But percentage-wise, I would say AMC is going to be something that grows. But Tesla is something that is not fully manipulated. It's not being manipulated. It has been shorted, in the past, and has continued to be shorted. But it will be something that has a huge following and will drive up that price. People will find a way to hold 100% of that stock if they can. And I see people like Ricky Gutierrez, like Financial Education, I can't remember his name, Jeremy, I think that's his name. Both of them will keep investing in Tesla as it starts to go down, even though they have thousands of shares in it. And it's because you can gain so much money with the movement that it has in one day. So yeah. You're better than Jimmy Fallon. I like watching Jimmy Fallon. I like watching Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, all of those things. I believe my favorite is, what is his name? The one with John Oliver. I watch him. Why are you ignoring me? I'm not ignoring you. Bell 21. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just reading a lot of messages that are probably around yours. Good entry at Corbis. What's a good entry at Corbis? So Corbis looks like it's obviously on the a downturn, and it's not just the down market that we've been seeing over the last couple of days. It's more than that. You've seen it get up to this $4 mark. And what was the reason for that? Was there a huge reason? It did go from $1. It does look like it has these spikes here and there, and it is going to continue to have these spikes. I think you probably want to wait it out until it at least hits probably, it looks like it's still having a sell-off. So even to this point, it might still be iffy. And maybe this sell-off is more of a, I would say usually that when you see this bottom out to where it did have some fighting strength, here you're going to see some sort of fighting strength, but it's not enough, and you can see that it went way past that, and then did have more of a resistance level up there as well. But I would typically find a bottom, or that is close to where it would have that fighting strength, that back and forth, and this seems to be a great point down here at like $1.70 or so. So where it is now at $1.85, it does look like you might have a little bit more of a push down because of the overall market being down. But I would say that this definitely looks enticing when you look at the overall history of the position. As it continues on the way down, you're going to see a lot of fighting strength as it goes down, and I think that a strong point is somewhere around that 170 mark. Short interest was massive on it, was massive on, maybe I'm missing something. Matthew, thanks for the daily streams. Love watching your stream. Love from South Africa. That's awesome. Like I said, it would be phenomenal to be able to, go to some of these places and, be able to meet some of you guys, and it would be awesome, because knowing that I could possibly be known in a different country or a different state or whatever by anybody is definitely amazing. Now it's only 100,000 subscribers that I do have, but it is a pretty decent milestone to hit. I still haven't gotten my my 100,000 subscriber plaque, so we're waiting on that. But yeah, I do have a video that I posted this morning about AMC. If you want to take some time to watch that, that'll be amazing for me. We're almost at 300 likes. If you could get me to 300 likes, we're at 292. Do you think we have more of a correction in the market? I think we could have, you're known in Missouri. Awesome. I like to hear that. You have a subscriber from Lithuania. This is awesome. I see like UK, Russia, come to St. Andrews. Yeah, I would love to play some golf. Ireland checking in, Swedish follower. That's awesome. That's really awesome. From Germany. They're over 300 now. Yes, 319. Thank you so much, everyone, for hitting that like button. Only, come on, you earned that 100K. Yeah, I feel like I did, right? Obviously, I work hard in order to do it. But the thing is like, I always like to compare myself, which is not really good to do that on YouTube. I like to compare myself to different people that are making videos on YouTube and what I can do from there. But it doesn't really seem like they're pushing a lot of my content. I said this before. I don't think they're pushing it to subscribers that I have. If you are subscribed, please hit that bell notification so that you can get notified. My wife gets notified at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I post at like 7:30 in the morning, and she'll get notified that I posted something. My brother-in-law will get notified like 2 days later for the video that I put. Like, I don't understand. The fact that they're getting notified is good, but the fact that they're not getting notified on the time when I post, is crazy. Like, I don't know if any of you guys, did anybody get a notification here? There's probably some people that haven't subscribed. What are my thoughts on Mavis? I got in at $13 looking for a short turnaround for profit. Let me know what you're thinking on the chart short term. Thanks. So if I look at Mavis, right, let's break that down. I did have that. Oh, it's on my popular. If I look at MVIS, there it is. Come on. There it is. I did see them as something that was going to have that uptrend, and even looking at these W formations, a descending W still indicates that you're going to see an uptrend. You see these two descending Ws. You want to basically look at this like descending level of support and also this descending level of resistance here. You're going to see this downward channel, and the problem with this here, before we get to that increase, is that you want to see that indication of an uptrend, which you did end up seeing. The problem is that we hit a wall of the market being down. I believe the market would have been way better, or this stock would have been way better if the market was not down. You would have seen that continue to flow up, push above that $20 mark and be good. But now we're seeing it push down or pull down because of the fact that the market is fluctuating. You see people getting out of their positions, not buying in. That's what they're doing. So do I believe that it's going to continue to push down? No, I think Mavis is very strong. You can see that they do hit certain touch points here. I like these touch points a lot better than these, but you can see that it does hit a certain trajectory. Let's see where this is headed if we're looking at a downward level of support. Yeah, so we want to see this end up crossing over. So we're waiting for it to hit its absolute bottom. I would be interested in buying in somewhere around that $12 mark or so. Maybe this is the absolute bottom, but today might be another down day. So I definitely think it's going to continue to grow. If you bought in at $13.12, I think you have some positivity there. It should be a $20 stock at least, if not way more than that. The thing that I struggle with is sometimes you see these large prices at $20 and maybe you bought in at $13, right? And you're like, should I sell? Should I hold on to it for a long period of time? Is it going to be something that gains me a lot of money? Now, when you said you invested at 13.21, was that before this downturn in the market or was that during? I think it definitely has a short-term growth here. No YouTube notification. I never get your notifications. That's horrible. This morning I looked you up specifically. Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand. I mean, why am I being like suppressed? I'm trying to find this person's comment here just to see where they are. Natalia, thank you for the super chat, by the way, but I'm trying to find your comment where you invested in that. Did you invest in before this downturn, or was it after, like somewhere around here? You're always at the top of my recommended. That's amazing to hear that. I got a notification days later. Like, that's what I don't understand. I have like 20% of people that have notifications on, but then sometimes I'll get like, I don't know. I used to get like 2,000, 3,000, 8,000 views in my videos. Other channels are using bots. It recommended you even though I'm not subscribed. Well, that's awesome. That means that you watched me a couple of times and they're thinking that you should subscribe, but then when you do subscribe, they're not going to notify you. That's so I don't know what to say here, because obviously I want you to subscribe, but I also would like you to be able to see the video that I'm creating. Looking to grab more AMC today. I got a notification, but I slept in. That's great that you did get the notification. My main squeeze is asleep next to me right now. That's good. Hope you're doing well today. Yes, I am doing pretty well today. No matter if I have 600 people or 6,000 people, I'm doing pretty well. Seems like somebody asked that a long time ago. I'm doing pretty good. If you're asking on TikTok, not really getting too many comments over there, but trying to address those as they come in. I think I got that one a while ago and I just didn't address it. I like your content. Keep it going and growing. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. Not subscribed either. You're the top 4 of the stock and live tab every pre-market. That's awesome. Should I buy AMC? I'm not going to tell you what to do exactly when it comes to AMC, but I'll tell you that for me, I would continue to buy AMC, and I will if I do have any other money that clears in there. I should have some free stocks. Hopefully I do get AMC. Let's see what I get here, if I do have any free stocks yet. I have 10 free stocks as of now. I'm going to open these up, see how many shares of AMC I do get. Remember, Webull is actually giving away free shares of AMC at the moment. I received, I think it was like 7 or 8 AMCs yesterday, and I wanted to, jump through that again. Let's see how many shares of AMC I get. I want to be as transparent as possible, and hopefully you can get some good stuff here. Somebody followed the host. Thank you for following me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Let's check how many shares of AMC I do get. Hopefully I get some good shares here. RKT worth buying into now? I think that it would be worth buying into. It's at a low point and you can definitely see an increase. I'm holding at 33.80, but yeah, I think it definitely is something that could be a really good gainer. Let's see. 1 share of AMC, 1 share of AR, got GE, another GE, another share of AMC, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I gained 6 shares of AMC out of the 10 stocks that I had available, 10 free stocks that I had available. So it looks like they're really pushing AMC. So how do you get free stocks? If you go in the description of this video or on my page on TikTok, if you go in the bio, you're going to see a link for Webull. Click the link, sign up, deposit $100 into your account, and you'll get free stocks. And then you obviously can do whatever you want with the $100. And if you get those free stocks and you feel like you just want to sell them, you can just sell them, and then you can get that money. But basically the $100 has to clear before you get your free stocks. And then also it takes about maybe a week or so, a little over a week in order to get your free stocks. Sometimes it takes longer than that. I'm not sure exactly the time frame of getting your free stocks. But I wanted to make that known that in order to get your free stocks, you have to deposit $100. Just opened for 4 free stocks on my Webull and all AMC. See, that's what I mean. I mean, if we can continue to get these AMC shares and have them all hit at one moment, and I understand that's probably not the best bet, we can obviously have an uptick, and they're looking to push AMC because and they know that it's the most popular position right now. People want to get into this. It's a low position, it's very popular, and they're going to see that people like us can look at it and say, they're pushing AMC, sign up for this platform so that you can get your AMC shares, and it's going to make them more popular of a platform, because they're supporting AMC and they look like they're supporting AMC over like Robinhood, who restricted trading. And yes, Webull did restrict trading a little bit, but obviously they weren't like Robinhood. Hi Matt, I came over from YouTube stream, looking forward to some great TikTok analysis. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. Thank you for coming over from my YouTube stream. Show me some love over on TikTok. I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, I feel like I got 2 free stocks. 1 was AMC. That's awesome. People using his referral link. Yes, anybody using my referral link will get free stocks as long as you deposit $100. So yeah, I expect to post a lot more on TikTok. It looks like sometimes TikTok I'll get a lot of views with certain types of videos. I have a video on here where it's a penny versus a magic penny versus $1 million or something like that. Thought of that, basically the magic penny doubles every single day. So you'll see 2 pennies, then 4 pennies, then 8 pennies and all that. And you'll go through that, and that tends to be popular. I posted it 5 times and it got the total series got over 1 million views at least 2 times, and got over 500,000 views 2 times, and then got over 250 one time. So I'm probably going to keep posting it just because it does bring in a lot of people from different places. So I noticed that it will pull from the UK, then it'll pull from the US, and it'll pull from different areas, right? And it'll basically go on different For You pages that are out there. So I really like that because then you get a wide variety of people that watch you. So yeah, I can't wait to post a lot more. But yeah, I think probably every week, let's say, I'm going to post that video to see how that does. This is going to be an experiment, and then maybe I'll do a YouTube video on how the TikTok algorithm really works. Even though nobody can really figure it out 100%. People claim that they know, but it doesn't work the way they say it's working. It's literally hit or miss. TikTok is great for discoverability. Yeah, I think so. You can easily post something and it can go to a different market, and you could be heavily watched in Canada and then not even know about it, and then all of a sudden you have a huge Canadian audience, right? But then you have 1 million people from a certain place, and then you also would like 1 million people from another place. But you see a lot of growth with these with TikTok. So that's why I really got on TikTok. I noticed that I gained 20,000 followers very quick, and I could probably get to 100,000 followers if I continue. I don't really like posting the same thing over and over again, but it seems like people want to watch it in different markets, and it's only getting pushed to certain markets when I post it one time. And I think it's good. Thinking about how hard it is to boil water. Use frozen vegetables. I need to eat more vegetables. Hey, feel good. What, are you talking to Brad? Okay, you're talking back and forth. I thought you were just saying that out of nowhere. I was going to say that's a little ridiculous. Yuck, you use TikTok. Give your data to China some more. I mean, yes and no. I think we're going to get a handle on it, right? To where hopefully it's taken over by a U.S. company. But either way, giving your data to the US is not any better. They sell your data as well, if you didn't know, and they don't tell you. So your data could be pushed to a Chinese company and you don't even know about it, but they make it seem like everything's bad that flows through China, even though they flow things through China. So it's kind of interesting to how it's all like a revolving cycle. And you say no China, but then they invest in China. They sell your data to certain companies that deal with China, and it's just like a revolving circle. So I get your notifications every day in the morning, all the time, right away when you come on. That's amazing. That's what I want to see with most people, but apparently there's a lot of people that don't. Matt, do you invest in any blue chip stocks? What are your favorite long-term plays? Typically, I won't really do many long-term plays. The only long-term plays I will really do is something with an index fund, mutual fund, something that's really safe, because a lot of my normal investing is kind of risky, doing day trades. But typically, I'll invest in dividend positions for my Roth IRAs. That will be something like a monthly paying dividend, because I always like to see that monthly dividend flow through and be able to reinvest that into a certain area. And then with the Roth IRA, not paying anything on top of it at the moment because it's tax-free as long as I follow the rules. But yeah, I would say that you can go with a lot of different positions. Right now is probably close to the best time to invest because you have a lot of different stocks that are really dropping down or that were at their lows, and maybe today was the low. You know, seeing Tesla at $600 yesterday, and then close to it in the pre-market is amazing. You know, that's where you can get into it and gain $200 out of it. I'm still invested in AMC. Rocket is a little bit risky, but I do believe in them. I'm at a kind of middle of the road price, being at $33 versus being at that $40 mark or $48 mark. Anybody that bought in at $48 and is holding on to it now, it's very tough to see it getting up to that point anytime soon. But you can see some sort of squeeze if we have the right detail. So it depends on a lot of variables. 7 thumbs down are probably paper hands. I didn't even notice that I have thumbs down. The thing that I like about the streams is that they don't show me the thumbs down. They only show me the likes that I get. So we have 564 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that will be amazing. I don't know what you can do on TikTok. This is my first TikTok stream. So yeah, or TikTok live, I guess. This is my first going live on TikTok here. So it's definitely interesting. I'll try and incorporate that into the morning and be able to answer some questions as we go along. But I think what will be great is if I posted one of those videos today, and then tomorrow I went live, and you could see exactly what the growth is of that, and also all of the influx of people that are coming to maybe follow my page can flow through the live stream as well. So that would be very interesting. But that's what I'll do. I'll post a couple of TikToks based on stocks, and then I'll also post the one magic penny versus $1 million again. Oh, you're streaming on both? What are your views compared to YouTube? Well, this is my first time streaming on TikTok here, or doing a live on TikTok, and it's not really that many. I think it's like, it had a max of like 4. So it's not really huge, but my audio on the camera is epic. That's awesome. That must be the way that I set it up, I guess, because typically it's a little bit weird. The audio is a little bit weird in here. But yeah, that's amazing to hear that. But yeah, the views typically on TikTok are a little bit lower on the live from what I've seen. Obviously with YouTube, I developed an audience of 100,000 subscribers versus an audience of 20,000 followers, 20 plus thousand followers, and only about 2,000 are online right now. So I would think that the max would be like 10 that you would get, which could possibly end up increasing as time goes on. It really all depends what your most popular video is doing. So if you have a video that's getting you thousands and thousands and thousands of views, you're going to have a lot of people that go through your channel and see exactly what you're live streaming about. You know, they're going to see this, that you are live streaming right on the TikTok that they're watching. So audio and camera quality are epic. Yeah, I mean, this is just a Galaxy Note 10. So yeah. If you have $100, what stock would you day trade today? That would be a little bit tough to do, because typically you want to move around $1, right? So if I was looking at a day trade, which I didn't do any research on anything because of the fact that I don't have the money that I wanted to use for day trading, it's all held up in swing trades. But if I wanted to look at something that was $100, or you had $100, let's say we can look at something like a Rocket. What I want to look for is something that's a low price stock that is a big mover. So something that can move from, let's $25 up to $30 and have a fluctuation. Now with today, you might see the same thing, to where you would see, oh, it's the same thing. I thought it was a different thing. But today you might see something that you'll see fluctuation. So something like a Rocket, right? And this is not necessarily saying that invest in Rocket, but you can look at exactly what did happen. If we see another decrease like this, or an increase of some form, you can look at something like the RSI down here. So hopefully you can see all this. You can look at the RSI and see that it is being, overbought at this point. So around this point is being overbought. If you wanted to short, you can short. The problem is that shorting is a lot more risky. So what you would do is you would wait for it to have that ultimate drop down, see where it does end up being somewhere oversold. Those are the best indications where it is going to increase, especially a double bottom like this. And then when you do see that, you can basically ride it on the way up, easily ride it on the way up. And you don't have to gain all of it. You can basically only look to gain $1. Make sure you set a stop loss if you end up going the opposite way, to where you only want to lose, I don't know, maybe $10 or so. Because if you invest in, let's say, 4 shares of this and you only want to gain $1, technically you're only going to gain $4, but you only have $100 to invest. So it's going to be about 4% of a gain, which is not bad. But obviously if you had more to invest, you would be able to gain more money. But this seems like pennies compared to what you can gain. If you invested in 100 shares at $100, you can gain $100. But investing in 4 shares here is not bad. Getting down to that $25 mark and being able to increase that price, maybe $1 or $2, gaining $4 or $8. That's what I would say. But it's very tough to day trade something with $100 basically. I would say you need to have like $1,000 or so in order to day trade and get a decent amount of money for your time. So we have about 14 minutes until the market opens, and then we're going to see exactly what happens. Hopefully we can see some really good positivity. Matthew, what are your thoughts on? All right, so let's look at this. You can look at the pre-market and post-market. Wow, you had a massive increase over the end of the pre-market today. So I'm not sure if that's the true high. It is 70 cents up, which means that you may see a little bit of a sell-off being that high of an increase, and it might continue on the way up. Usually you see a huge rally. If you see a huge rally, you're going to see a decrease in that price. But I would say that my long-term opinion of it, let's look at a long-term opinion, then we'll look at a short-term. Short-term, I think it is going to decrease, just like it may have done yesterday. You might see it continue to increase, but you are going to see that decrease as it starts to get higher, especially if it gets above 15. It looks like 15 could be a breaking point there. 1475 has a lot of sell orders, and I would imagine 15 has a lot of sell orders as well. But let's look at a long-term solution. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to decline it. That's not a work call, so it doesn't really matter. Work calls, I take those calls. So if someone calls me here, then obviously I have to stop the stream on TikTok. But what mic am I using here? This is just a standard lav mic that I got from Amazon. But let me go back into this. I'm getting distracted. So we look at the 10,000 foot view. You can see it is on that downtrend. That's not really a good sign, but you may be close to where the bottom is. That's what's interesting, and I want to see that pullback. And this may be that pullback. It went from $29 down to $12. This might just be that pullback. It is at a very low point. And let me see how many. So I could basically, if I wanted to invest into it right now, I think I couldn't invest into it right now. Well, I could do 1 share, but just to see how it is going to move and what you can increase there. But yeah, I think that this could be a low point here of that $12.76. This might be a sign of reversing. You're going to see that 15 moving average pass by that 200 EMA, which means that it's an indication of an uptrend, and hopefully that's the case. So it looks like this did fall off at a massive scale, to where you have to see some sort of increase. With how slow the movement was up, it doesn't make sense that it would fall this quick, right? So, and sometimes it happens, but if I had to bet all of my money, I would say that we are close to where the bottom is. It should not, I don't think it should pass that $10 mark. It had so much upside, so much increase. I think that $12 is a great a great point to put a support level, even though we don't really see any things that give us that because we're too high to see that. I definitely see this continuing to increase. So you might see some sort of a downtrend depending on what the market is doing, but I don't think it belongs down here at $12. So that's interesting. I think what I'll do is I'll invest into it with one share to see what it actually does, because it does look pretty interesting the way that it is moving, and I don't know what the true detail is. This is where not knowing the news with a swing trade kind of goes against you. What stocks am I looking at right now? The thing is that all of my money is held into positions, so I'm not really looking at different positions, but I can tell you that I'm definitely keeping an eye out on Tesla. I want to put some more money in the market, but obviously I'm waiting on some things to clear in order to do that, and then I'll be able to put more money into Tesla. I wish I had two phones, one to keep on your stream open and one to watch my AMC shares on Robinhood. If you have a computer, you can watch it on Robinhood. You can also, depending what type of phone you have, you can do the dual screen thing to where you can show your Robinhood app and you can show YouTube as well. You won't be able to comment, I don't think, because it'll just do the full video. But if you have a newer phone, you can actually do that dual screen thing. So I think if you go up top in the notifications, you can do a split screen. I don't really remember how to do it, but yeah. We got to have a lot of, I'm not going to say that, but we got to have a lot of money nowadays to make a dent anywhere in life. Yeah, this is what I was talking about yesterday, and I don't want to get into a huge spiel, but I was talking about this yesterday because what was going on was people were asking me, hey, you know, why, wait, what was I getting into? Jesus Christ, I just lost my train of thought, a crazy train of thought as I read like 2 other messages. Oh my goodness. I'll get back into that. I don't know where I was going with that, but I lost my complete train of thought. Can you check BNGO? See, this is what I get for reading all of these messages. I read different comments, whether it's on TikTok or over here, and I just get distracted. I'll watch your stream on Chromecast TV and my stocks on my. Well, that's awesome, and hopefully I look good in, you know, a bigger TV. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that I need a haircut. I'll tell you that. But yeah. What was I looking at? BNGO. You can see that that's also getting close to where the bottom is. You can see the large increase that it did have. The problem is that it just started that increase not too long ago in December. But with that large increase over a number of days, right, seeing that large fall back down to $6 is not something that I would think is going to happen. This looks like it could be a form of reversal as well. I would think that this would have been close to the bottom where it was leveling off. You see how much like more consolidation, more leveling out it actually had. And that's where it's like, all right, so if you look at that, I would say that that's where you're going to see that indication of an uptrend. It started to level out, started to creep up towards the 200 EMA, but it just dropped down in the last 2 days because the market was down. How much disco balls for mod? I don't know what that is. I don't know what. This is my first TikTok live, so it's. I don't know what that is. But I don't even have a moderator on YouTube, so I probably wouldn't do that on TikTok, especially with only 2 viewers at the moment. But yeah, I would say BNGO looks interesting, that it could indicate an uptrend at this low price. That does seem pretty enticing to where you can get quite a bit of a swing trade from it. And it's something that I might keep an eye out on. Let me do another watch list, because the last 2 that I looked at, anytime you see this down market, it's always interesting to see what's going on. So yeah, give me a second. The pre-market is up 6% at the moment, if you wanted to know about pre-market. So you can see that increase, but it looks like a lot of things are starting to turn to increase. Let me see that. Swing trade. Let me look at that. Let me go here and let me add BNGO just as a look. And I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, just to keep an eye out on these because they look like they had those huge downticks. And that's what I love about these. Do I do margin? No, I don't really do it that much. I can say there's a couple of times that I went into margin kind of by accident, but I don't do it often. I kind of learned from like Meet Kevin here with margin. He goes into margin pretty much everywhere, and it's crazy to take out that much margin that he takes out. Because if the stock market just takes a dump, right, it's not going to be good for him or for anybody that's holding a ton of margin. AMC movie theaters open up today. I have the stream open on my phone, your YouTube on my iPad, and Robinhood on my computer. Problem fixed. That's awesome. That's great. Do you have any other platforms, or do you just use Robinhood? Because I think that Webull, Fidelity, they have great platforms. I've been using Fidelity Trader Pro, but I'm really liking the Webull based on you using it. Can I and should I move all my stocks to Webull? Pros or cons? I don't think you should move everything. New stream camera angle. Yeah, I guess I can do that. We got two angles here, straight ahead and over to the side. But yeah, I don't think there are pros and cons, but to moving everything to Webull, because obviously the cons is that you don't really have a variety of platforms to use, and you want to be able to have the different platforms to use those, especially if you have less than 25,000 in your account. It makes sense to be able to do more day trades on, you can do 3 on Webull, 3 on 3 on Webull, and 3 on Fidelity. If you wanted to do that, this is why I have, half and half. I do my long-term investing more on Fidelity and my short-term stuff on Webull. And sometimes I'll do more longer term than what I normally do on Webull. So typically I'll do a day trade intraday, but I'm doing more swing trades as of now. And I might do some more swing trades, as you see with BNGO. It looks pretty interesting to me, especially with the fact that I only have $24 left open in my account until I go into margin, which I don't want to do. But yeah, I think I think there's a lot of cons to having all your money in one area. I think you use both of them. One specifically for a certain type of trading. If you want to do short-term investing, then go for Webull. Has a lot of indicators that you can look at. And if you wanted to analyze a stock, you can analyze it over in Webull and then invest into it long-term in Fidelity. Put your Roth IRA over there. They have a great full view application that I love, to where you can look at the 529 accounts, your Roth IRA, your cash account. You can look at all different types of accounts that you have in there, and look at all of your debts that you have as well. You can literally put in your mortgage stuff and your bank account information and see what your net worth is, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I can barely see this. If anybody has any ways to increase the text on TikTok, I would love to be able to do that. I have a longer term stock in Vanguard. I'm only using Robinhood for AMC plus Doge. Okay, all right. You saying Dodge, or do you mean Doge? I want to move to. Jesus, it's so small. I want to move to Webull. Yeah, I would say move portions over to Webull. Don't move everything over to Webull. So I'm going to move a lot over to Webull. I would like to have 25,000 over in Webull so that I can just day trade and, what people call scalping. Yeah, you meant Doge. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say move everything over to Webull, but like Webull does have a great platform, right? I love their platform. I love that you can easily draw on it. I love that you can change, different things here, draw boxes, draw Fibonacci retracements. Like there's a lot of different things that you can use here, and it's completely amazing. When I first seen it, I was like, how did I not see this platform? So it looks like the market is open. Let's go ahead and, so it looks like a lot of things are green right now. Let's go ahead and look at what AMC is doing. GME, Rocket is now up 2%. Let's go into what it actually looks like on the minute chart. So we see that's up 2%. It's starting to decrease. You can see it is decreasing a lot more, but we're still up compared to where it closed. Cost is up compared to where it closed. AMC is now up-ish, I guess. It's starting to fluctuate. GME is down 1%. It was up to 130, but it is making a move up. That's a good sign. It is making a great move up right now, up to 130. Oh, you see that red candlestick? It's moving back down. Reddit is going crazy. Why is Reddit going crazy? GME 50%. I should have bought more when it was at 5. Bought more of what? AMC when I was at 5? Yeah, I think, like I said, I would have loved to be able to continue to average down over there, but I didn't do that. I put more money. I put money into different positions. I wanted to take the money out of GME, go into AMC, lower that cost basis by a lot. But I felt like even if I did invest $6,000 more, it wouldn't have made a dent in the cost basis because of how many shares I had. I guess at $5, investing $6,000 more or $5,000 more would have been a substantial amount of shares, but it wouldn't have been enough to bring it down all the way down to $5. I wanted to get into $5. So we look at AMC and they're hovering around flat for the day from close to close. They are down from where it opened at 810, but from close to close, it's basically even. GME is now down 2%, starting to creep up. You see a lot of movement here. You've seen about 650,000 shares of volume in the first minute, 150 in the next minute, and 45,000 right now. So it doesn't look like volume is crazy. And let's see what AMC volume is. AMC volume is now at 2 million, 2.2 million. Had about 1.8 in the first minute, 242,000 in the next minute, 139,000 in the next minute. So the volume is not really high right now, which is expected. What's up, Matthew? What's up, Caleb? Thank you for stopping by. It's Nietzsche Kicks from yesterday. Oh, really? Awesome. Wait, were you the one that won the? Were you the one that won the Amazon gift card? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, oh, it looks like it's pushing up. Let me know if you're the one that won the Amazon gift card. Because nobody hit me up. I didn't see anything in my DMs. Yeah, I won on Amazon. If you can, did you hit me up in my DMs? Because I tried to. I can't. I have my phone here. All right. So after I get off of this, I'll check. I need to write myself a note because if I don't write myself a note, I'll never check it. Did you send me a DM though, Caleb? Nietzsche Kicks. All right, so we have 770 people in here. Could you hit that like button, get it above 500 likes? That would be amazing. My friend, get some glasses or you will go blind. I worry. The problem is that this, seriously, this is smaller text than I've ever seen. It's not something to where I'm very close to it to where I can see it. I do still have trouble seeing in most cases, but yeah, it's just really tough to see that text. If you've seen this text, if you ever did a YouTube live, you can see. It looks like AMC is now pushing up. increasing to 2%. You do have RKT that's still up, but it's down on the day. Like if you're looking at where it opened to where it is now. But if you're looking at from close to close, does using caps help? A little bit, but the text is still small. I'll tell you that. But yeah, this is decreasing a little bit. We want to see more of a push up. Hopefully we can see some good movement today. The problem is that we won't see the same amount of volume. We are seeing about 2 million, 2.5 million in volume right now for Rocket, which is kind of comparable to what AMC is doing at 3.5 million, right? GME is at 1.2 million. I wanted to keep an eye on Ricey, but I can't invest in the OTC markets. That's something that I wanted to look at. It looks like Tesla's taking a turn for the worse, going from $628 down to $608 basically. So dropping that $20 mark. Matthew, I was going to buy Rocket last month, so I could have been earlier. I tried to do it. On the play caps, so it helps. It does help a little bit, but it's still small text, like very small text. I'm definitely going to hurt my eyes by doing that. Tesla is dropping fast, might fall below $600. It looks like it's pulling back, or pushing back, I guess. You do see AMC still up 1%. Cost is up, but it looks like a lot of things are down. It looks like it might still be a down day. But the good thing is we've seen it go down from the start. AMC kind of went up from the start, and now it's starting to creep back. So that's obviously the opposite. Hopefully we can see it stay steady and finish the weekend at like 850. Came here from TikTok. Is that his name on here? Donk Daddy Matt? What? Donk Daddy? What are we talking about here? I don't know what we're talking about there. Yeah, see, well, this is the thing. I think with YouTube, I can control what the font size is. Yeah, on YouTube, I can control what the font size is, and look at that. It's still a little bit small, but what size monitor do you have? The problem is that with TikTok, it's a phone, so it's very small. I could mirror the screen onto my TV and do it that way, but the problem is I wouldn't be able to see my Webull platform. And I know we're going through like technical problems here. We should be going through what the stocks are doing. So your chat is wilding out. Yeah, I guess. What's the size of the sofa behind you? What's the measurements? Like I'm gonna take out a come on now. All right, so here we go. Let me go ahead and hide this user. Whoops. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I have to hide your chats here because you can't do that. That's gonna stop the stream. You can't do that. Show us AMC. So I am showing AMC. You should repost the Magic Penny stock so you can get viral again according to the TikTok algorithm. Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna keep posting it. I do have a video on there telling people that I'm gonna post it pretty much every day, but I'm gonna try and do it like every maybe week or so and post that over and over and over again to different markets, because it doesn't only just go to the people that are watching me. I noticed that I get maybe 1 or 2 videos where it's like, didn't you just post this? It's 1 or 2 comments out of 2,000 comments. And it's like, okay, so then it's going to a completely different market. And it's the same video. What's your TV size? Just kidding. Well, it is a 55, and I'm starting to love it. Anyways, AMC was making some moves, but you can see that it was going to pull back. I can tell how far it was pulling away from the 15 moving average that it was going to pull back. You were going to see that massive drop down, especially with it still being a down market, 100% still being a down market. GME is actually moving up, which is something that I really like to see here. So GME on the day opened at 128. Ended up pushing up to 132 right now, actually all the way up to 134, the 134.80. And then now you can see it's dropping down a little bit, but it is starting to increase. In this minute, you're seeing an uptick. But yeah, if you want to see what I'm looking at, I'm over on YouTube, and you'll see Webull, the Webull platform, and what stocks I'm actually looking at. I'm looking at AMC, GME, Rocket Mortgage at the moment. I'll make sure to post some updates on it as we go along, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the best day. We'll make sure to keep an eye out on it. Remember, I only really streamed for about, I don't know, 2 hours, I guess, until that 10 o'clock mark, and then I stop. I have some month-end close stuff to do, especially since it's day 5. I got to get a lot of stuff done. So, yeah. Greetings from Germany, still holding. Yeah, AMC going to take a while. Yeah, I think it is. It may be longer term. The thing is they're not letting us, letting the stock increase. They're still finding ways to short it, and the overall market is down. That's the thing. RF or RA, a penny stock razor. I think it's a hidden gem waiting to explode. All right, well, let's check this out. It looks like GME is now starting to settle down a little bit. It is at 134. That's really good. But let's look at this position since you did send a super chat. It is a penny stock. I don't know. What's the reason why you think this is going to take off? I want to look at the overall look of this. The penny stocks, though, typically don't really give me a huge look on what the candlesticks look like and what any type of indication of an uptrend. But it is a lower price stock, right? So you look at exactly getting at its low point. You might see this double bottom here, which is definitely interesting to me. With the overall market down, I understand, even the OTC markets being down, you can see that you have that double bottom, which indicates an uptrend. Once we see that cross over the 15 moving average up to the 200 EMA, it could be a point to where you do see an uptrend in this penny stock, which could basically give you that same gain, if not a little bit more, probably to like 50 cents or so. So it definitely is interesting to me, but like I said, I'm not a penny stock trader. I usually go with anything that is over $1, and penny stock by definition is anything under $5, but I'll go with anything that's over $1. But I would, oh God, it's still difficult to read, but I would not suggest it because you would be known for, that kind of ruins what you're known for. But I would not suggest what? Penny stocks? As I know, it's always a late night squeeze. All right, so it looks like GME is actually making a pretty decent move here. I mean, a really good move here. Look at this. Look at this. It went from a starting point of 128 up to 137, 139 at the highest, and it's starting to creep up past there. Look at this. It has a ton of potential. The Magic Penny video repost all over again. What? I don't know what that means. Oh, because it would mess up my, the Magic Penny repost. It kind of ruins what you're known for, I guess. But as you start to look at the algorithm, no matter what it actually holds for TikTok, it's definitely a different situation. So you can be known for doing that magic penny stuff, but still gain a decent amount of views for other things that you do. I look at different people that create certain things, and they'll have one huge viral video, like the person that does the rent-free video or whatever. She does a lot more, and she still gets a ton of views from it. And you get money from TikTok, not a ton of money, but you get money from TikTok, and you could also have affiliate marketing and all that other stuff. And it's a great way to drive in people to your YouTube channel. And if they're interested in that, they're more likely to watch something there and get the information from that. So I noticed there's a bunch of people that gain a ton of subscribers off of just one real big video. But yeah, I know what you mean. It does change what you're known for. It looks like GME is starting to pull back. AMC is still up 1%. It's not something that's doing huge work, but it is fluctuating. You see a double bottom down here. Cost is up 3%, starting to creep back. Rocket is down 2% again. It's down to $25. So this is really creeping down, really making a large move downward, which is not a great sign. The overall market is just not looking good. And I totally understand exactly where it is. It always looks enticing to be at these levels. But it sucks when you're holding above there and you can't really lower your cost basis, because typically I would lower my cost basis. At 200 shares, I would lower that cost basis to levels that are way lower than where we are now, which doesn't make sense, but I would lower it to as far as I can lower it. Buy some AMC and GME with the money that TikTok gives. Yeah, I mean, I would buy some stocks, but not just AMC and GME. It's just it looks like GME is doing the right things. It has a lot of movement, you know, and you're seeing that 128 up to 141. What's the movement there from high to low? You can see that you have over, you know, $14, or I guess a little bit under $14 of movement when it comes to that. Where do you think the bottom might be for RKT? So the bottom can be iffy. I thought that the bottom would probably, it looks like it's been hitting this bottom of $25 multiple times. It doesn't really surpass $25. So $25 here, $25.88 there, $26 here, but it has hit $25 multiple times, and then currently at $25 here, and now is pulling back above 26. Before, I thought the high point was $32.80. From what I've seen, it didn't pull past there, but now obviously with the down market, it continued to go to creep down. With GME, you know, that's gonna, it looks like it's on an uptrend, which is weird because the overall market's down, right? AMC looks like it's starting to creep back up. Now it's taking a turn for the worse, starting to drop back down. Maybe we've seen more of a decrease, get back to that, get back down to the $7 mark. I don't like this angle going back to YouTube. Awesome. It doesn't matter where you watch me as long as you watch me, right? What criteria do you look for when lowering your cost basis? Is it a dollar amount or a percentage difference? I'm mainly looking at the dollar amount. So I'm looking at, let's say if it is a $10 cost basis that I have here in AMC, right? How can I lower that cost basis down to where it is now? So say if it is at $8, how can I lower it down there? Well, if you invest in 200 shares, technically you're going to get half the distance between where the cost basis is now, where your cost basis is now, and where it could be if you invested all your money there. So it's going to be halfway in between. And that's where you look at it and say, okay, how can I get to a point to where I continue to lower it based on the dollar figure? So it's all in the dollar figure for me. I'm looking to get it as low as I can, close to the low point. Will you ever make a YouTube portfolio for your viewers? Yeah, I guess I can do that. That's not a problem. The thing that I normally don't do is hold a lot of positions. So the only thing that I'm doing right now is holding a lot of these more meme level stocks. So it's not really something where I can show you the portfolio. Some of the other things I really can't show you because it's I have some other people's information in there as well, and I don't have clearance to show that. So like a lot of the long-term stuff, it doesn't make sense. And my child's Roth IRA, I can give you the dollar figures probably, but I just can't go through all that stuff. But I can tell you that this portfolio, yeah, definitely anything that I tend to hold, if I end up making a dividend investment or a long-term investment, it makes sense, or a swing trade, what I am holding right now, then yeah. Great start for GME. Yeah, definitely a great start. You can see it at 141. Well, it was at 141 of a high, but it is starting to pull back a little bit. Hopefully it does level out. It does look like it is leveling out with a lot of buying power here. You see the longer, green candlesticks, which indicates that it's going to have a lot of good buying power versus selling power as well. You can see that these candlesticks right here indicate that it does have a lot more buying power as well, even though it is a red candlestick. You can see that it started here and pulled down, but it did pull down all the way back here, but the buying power lifted it up, which means that it does have an indication of, buying power. Now, this one does not look solid to me. It looks like it's kind of equal buying power and selling power, even though it did, sell off from there, but it's more selling power than anything because you did have that large body and a full body at this point. It did adjust. What do you think AMC could reach realistically? AMC, in my opinion, right now is a $10 to $15 stock. It should be at that point, and the fact that it isn't just shows that, one, it's the form of any manipulation. Two, it's the form of the market being down, and that's just not what we want to see. But the overall stock value is $10 to $15. Where it stood pre-COVID was $7. It did decrease and had obviously revenue problems as well, but it did decrease down to $7. And then once the pandemic hit, it dropped down to $2 because people couldn't go to their theaters. So the price of that dropped and then started to fluctuate between $7 and $2. You can see it was really fighting between there. And then as it starts to get to now, which is not post-pandemic, but it is, towards the end of it, you can see that we should be at a value to where they are opening some of their stores. They were able to pay off our stores. They are opening some of their theaters. They were able to pay off some debt. They have a lot of positivity. And AMC is definitely going to be something that I believe as a $20 stock post-pandemic. Yeah. Yes, AMC is definitely a $15 position right now. Underestimated AMC like he did GME. I didn't underestimate AMC. I'm still holding on to AMC. Yeah, $15 for AMC. Can't wait. Yeah, you look at where it was held at. The problem with where it was at $17. There was a form of huge manipulation there by still having restricted trading, having some sort of manipulation that was happening. It wasn't a sell-off. People were holding their positions, and it would have stayed around that $17 to $15 mark. And hedge funds knew that. They knew that it would stay around that $17 to $15 mark and maybe push below 15, but it wouldn't be something that completely plummets down to $5 like it did. With all of the people that were holding it, it made no sense why it did plummet down. Same thing for GME, and this is why you've seen a complete reversal of where it was, getting back up to that $100, $130 mark at this moment. So right now, obviously there's a down market, so that's the reason why you're seeing all of this, go the opposite way. I haven't played an ad in a while. What would an Amazon acquisition do for AMC share price? Well, it would do big things. Any type of acquisition really pushes up a share price, as long as it's a positive acquisition. It's not something that's towards the negative. Like even the form of like saving bankruptcy sometimes does look at positive news, and it depends how people react to it. If people see an Amazon acquisition, it all depends what everybody does to buy into these positions. So what they're going to do, if we see an Amazon acquisition, tell me that wouldn't make you excited to buy into more shares. So people would continue to buy into more, and that would drive the price up versus bringing it down. In some cases, acquisitions can create a decrease, but in this situation, with AMC being like literally the most held, or one of the most held stocks on Robinhood, and being held by a lot of people on all platforms, especially Webull now giving away free shares of AMC, you're going to see the stock price increase substantially because of all of the positivity around it. Can't wait to watch your gaming videos. I was actually just gaming yesterday, and I didn't stream because I didn't have everything set up. For some reason, the stream wasn't working and wouldn't allow me to log into YouTube. I was gaming yesterday with a buddy of mine. He goes by Latin50 on YouTube, and his channel is amazing. He streams all the time. He plays a lot of Call of Duty, and we were playing zombies yesterday. So if you're interested in that, I think I might be playing today. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll get back to you on that. And you'll see it on the Perry Experience channel. So if you want to go to my channel, my YouTube channel, and then you'll go to different channels and you'll see my brother's channel, my other buddy's channel. He has a tech channel, which he just started posting. And then I have my Perry Experience channel, which has podcasts and gaming and all that other stuff. And I'll get back to that probably today. I would like to do a podcast with either Erica or my brother. My brother's coming over the house tomorrow, so maybe we can do some sort of podcast, and I'll talk to him about it. But yeah, that'll be fun. I just subbed to the Perry Experience and your bro yesterday. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. He has some great music. So if you're ever interested in like creating a YouTube channel and you want like some sort of intro music, that's my outro music on my normal YouTube videos. I have one of his beats that he creates. He has a lot of different beats that he creates. And I told him just to, sell this stuff because people would really like it. And yeah, I think it's good. Do you anticipate a second short squeeze? Short squeeze is very tough to say because for AMC, GME, Rocket, all of those things that you're seeing, it's very difficult to see another short squeeze with manipulation and the lack of volume. Now with Rocket, you see a lot of volume. With AMC, you do not see as much volume. GME is actually picking up in the amount of volume, but it's still not enough. And the thing that we also want to see is called, I was reading something else. The other thing that we want to see is the interest rate. We want to see the interest rate get higher. Definitely get higher, because if we can squeeze them out of their position, the way that you do a short squeeze is by squeezing them out of their short position by saying, this is the interest rate that you're going to have to pay. This price is never going to go down. So you might as well sell now, or else you're going to lose a ton of money in interest. And right now we can't do that because the interest rates are still low. I believe AMC's interest rates are going higher. I'll have to check on those. But actually, let me look at Fintel right now. So I believe AMC short percentage is going higher. It's at 10%. 10 point fee to borrow is at 10.36%. I don't know how many short shares are available, but you can see it's at 10. You can't really see on TikTok, but we only have 2 people watching on TikTok, and I think some of the people watching on TikTok are also watching on YouTube. So we have these short shares available. We have 200 short shares available, which is good. And then we have 10.36% short borrow fee rate, which is a good thing. It's starting to go up, but we need to see that go higher in order to continue. Yeah, I see that. AMC interest rate is 10.4%. Fee to borrow is 10.4%. When a meme pays for your college education. What? Times are great right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Ryan, are we gonna throw a huge party up with all the retail investors? As soon as it does go up, obviously people are going to make huge gains, but you need to understand, some people don't understand that you have to pay taxes on that money if you gain something from it. If you gain $100,000 from it, you have to pay taxes on it. So I always recommend holding half of that you're going to have to pay in taxes. It's probably going to be less than that, but paying half or holding half of it, obviously, when you do have to pay less than that, it makes sense to have a little bit extra to make you feel a little bit better about paying taxes, because I'll hold half and know that half has to go there, and then I'll have an extra $10,000, $20,000 that come back to me. Taxes if you reinvest, yes. You have realized gains at that point. The realized gains come after you invest. So if you reinvest that money, you still have to pay taxes on it. Because think of this, like if I made money on YouTube and I invested that into the stock market, do I have to pay taxes on that? Yes. It's the same way with like investing in the stock market. If you make money on a certain stock and you reinvest it, you have to pay taxes on it. Now, if you're doing all of this in a Roth IRA, you don't have to pay taxes on it. But I would doubt that you're doing all of this in a Roth IRA. Most people have, cash accounts, and they don't really have that set up for retirement. Maybe people do have Roth IRAs or 401ks, but they're not doing that in the Roth IRA. You only pay taxes when you pull out. Yes, that's a realized gain, but if you don't, you could possibly get crushed with like people that want to sell as it starts to get higher. Because yes, I think AMC is a $10 to $15 stock or $20 stock, but when people see it get that high, they end up selling and taking some of their gains, taking their large gains. All right, well, that's pretty much it, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. We're almost at 500 likes. That will be amazing if we do get to 500 likes. If you're interested in NFTs, I'm going to be posting NFTs. It's going to be probably maybe 20 or I don't really know how many NFTs there are going to be, but it's going to be a limited amount. And then after, certain people are going to have stakeholders, or they're going to be a stakeholder in this whole YouTube thing. And what you're going to be able to do is, be eligible for those Zoom meetings and things like that. It's going to be really good. But if you don't want to be involved in that anymore, you can trade that to someone else, which they'll be involved in the Zoom meetings, and that'll be really good. So yeah, everybody, thank you for watching. If you want free stocks and you want this platform, go down in the description, and on TikTok, it's in my bio. Click the Webull link, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks. But the $100 has to clear before you get the free stocks. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. So thank you everybody for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already.